got a yearling colt here. I've been picking up his feet a little bit, knocking off the high spots here and there. We're just trying to bring him along so that through his lifetime, either if I'm shoeing him, or whoever puts shoes on him can do it without a fight. And then conformation is really important to us. So the right size of foot, the right size of bone for the size of horse. I think he's going to be just about right for, as good as they get as he grows. He's looking good right now. He's got the black feet all around. They're harder than flint. And his daddy was the blue roan, and his mom was a gray mare we got sitting out here in the crowd. So what color he is, you can decide. I call it a steel gray. But we're just gonna, now like I said, I picked up his feet a little bit. We'll just see how much he wants to be on the fight today over it. Hopefully not all. But on these colts, and I've played with them a lot. They're I don't know if comfortable is the right word, but we're comfortable with each other. We trust each other. But still, I'm going to ask him to do something he may not want to do, because giving his foot to me is the loss of his freedom, and they don't necessarily always want to do that. So I'm going to ease him over a little bit so he doesn't pinch me off. He's trying to pinch me off. We'll just use a little body language on him and not go to thumping on him. Now, when I started teaching a colt to pick up his feet, I try not to be too adamant about it. Easy, buddy. Okay, as soon as he relaxed and we found that neutral position, I give it back to him. I don't want it to be a fight. Now, there may be a fight, and there may be a little bit of an argument someday, and we may have to go to, I may have to hang on to it a second longer than he wants to sometime. And normally when they're trimming off feet, I see he's trying to find his balance, we're fine. Quite often when I'm trimming on the feet on these colts, there gets to be a little bit of a fight eventually. Why don't you come on in close here and I'll show you something on the foot. Now, this isn't a chewing or trimming video necessarily. He's got a couple of high spots on his heel. The toe's not long, not too bad. He's running outside, so he's going to get a lot of natural wear and tear on his feet. Keep sniffing around, reaching around sniffing at me like he would bite me, maybe not. He hasn't yet, so now we're going to just pick up the hind foot. Okay, same kind of deal. If at all possible, I'm going to find that neutral position and give that back to him before it becomes a fight. Might move him around a little bit because my cement pad is kind of stops where I don't need it to be. Okay, we're just going to work our way all the way around him, and I'm going to get him to move over. That way he's not pinching me off against the fence. Easy, buddy. What's the matter? His mom has got a lot of attitude, so we expect a little bit of attitude out of this guy. But we also anticipate he'll be a good one. Now he's not standing on that foot good. For me to pick up this other one, let's see if he figures it out. There you go, good boy. Easy, easy guy, easy. You're fine. Now, if he wanted me, he would have just nailed me right then, but he doesn't. He's never really proven to be mean and ornery. Just got a little attitude. I don't want him leaning on that fence because I want him to be able to balance. Good boy. And sometimes when I'm working on him, I'll untie him and I'll put him in a small enclosure, and we'll just kind of fiddle with him. I'll put the rope in my... Easy, buddy. Good boy. I'll put the rope in the strap on my shafts and... Easy, buddy. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Lots of times if they're braced up and they can't turn right, he's a little too far that way. If he could... Now there's no way, if he was a wild colt, I'd get down there and do that. And I run the risk of getting nailed anyway, even though he's had my hands on him since birth. But I don't like to fiddle with them so much when they're young that they get soured on the idea. I don't want him pulling on that rope. I don't want him braced up. You're fine. Yeah. And if if things get nasty enough, I got a round pen. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. Good boy. So we're gonna change positions here a little bit with him. He's been running free, and he might have a little more attitude than I want to deal with. I don't want him to be able to base himself up against that fancy window. It's gonna fit. Now, I'm not gonna tie myself to him. This just threads through the top of my belt loop in my blue jeans. And I want him to where he can kind of look at me and bend his body and be somewhat comfortable. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Now just a tiny bit. And take off right there. And that'll just kind of want the foot landing straight. If I was going to trim, and of course I wouldn't be shoeing a yearling, if I was going to trim and shoe, would be doing a lot more. Now I'm going to give myself a little more rope. If he moves, I can still get him, but we're not tied to each other, which we don't want to be. The last thing you want to do in the world is be tied to a yearling. Easy, buddy. There's not much to do here, but I'm going to try to hold it up just long enough to work on it for just a minute. And then I'm going to try to give it back to him before he asks for it, which I didn't quite get it done, but he can learn to be a little patient with me. Good boy, good boy. That's probably about all we're going to do on that side today. We don't really, I mean, he's young, he's a yearling. So what honestly do we need to do? It's kind of like asking getting the attention span out of a kid in preschool for more than 3 minutes or whatever. So make sure I'm through here the right way. So now good boy. Yeah, he could turn a little more and look at me, but he doesn't really need to. So we're going to take that off. We're going to put his foot down before he asks for it. Good boy. Good boy. All I'm doing with his feet is just making sure that they land straight. They land flat on the ground. Same thing on this foot. Now, easy, buddy. Just a tiny bit of high spot on the outside there. We're going to one-handed trim it off. Yeah, might have to take another little bite. Easy, buddy. Good boy. That's about it. That's about all we're going to do with him. Bob Loomis, in his book, can't remember the name of it, his reining book, he probably published it over 20 years ago. It's awesome, good book. He made a statement there I always got a kick out of. It says the person that dinks with their horse ends up with a dink for a horse. So I don't know if anybody appreciates that comment, but have a purpose for them. Have a reason that you're going to pick up their feet and alter them and catch them and do things with them. So, thanks.